What is up, soul family? It's Shani with Healing Elements, here for a reading from Spirit, doing something that was recommended to me to try. I, of course, have done them in private readings in various ways, but never on YouTube, just because they're general readings, but I feel it will be a lot of fun. And Gita, shout out to one of my very special, most best friends in the world, Virgo energy, and he turned me on to some beautiful examples of how pick a card readings are really very much divinely guided, of course. And as I always say, if you were guided to come to this reading for any reason whatsoever, sure enough, I'm sure you will get something out of it, if it's something personal that resonates with you, or perhaps some positive intent, or any kind of sign or synchronicity, or any kind of good stuff. Basically, that's all that I want to do and provide. So you guys, this is going to be for all 12 zodiac signs for the entire summer. We only have a little bit of summer left to go, so basically Leo season throughout August. And this is from the same deck, so everybody will get a few cards from this beautiful deck that I absolutely adore. Your Ancestors and Oracle card set by Kyle Gray. And then underneath, if you can see, each pile number 1 with the sea glass, pile number 2 with the purple seashell, pile number 3 with the whale tail that says mermaid. There are different decks below each deck. So every single person, whatever pile you pick, will get, of course, cards from the top deck, the Guardians and Ancestors deck from Kyle Gray, and then underneath each pile is a mystery deck, and I'll reveal that once I go ahead and read for that pile. And I will definitely put timestamps as per suggestion. Again, shout out Gita, I love you, and send many blessings to everyone, including him who has helped me to, ascend higher and get out of my comfort zone, try different things, and try to just basically bring positive light and messages of, good intent to anyone and everyone who's willing to receive them. So you guys, without further ado, I will go ahead and put the camera down after I let you take one more look. Pile number 1 is SEAGLASS. Pile number 2, the purple seashell, and pile number 3, the mermaid tail. All right, guys, so how has your summer been going thus far? I hope it has been as safe, of course, and as, anxiety-free as we can at this time. And again, if you picked pile number 1, 2, or 3, I will put timestamps at the bottom so that I can give each stack my full attention. So again, this is for pile number 1. And get to the reading. This is a beautiful piece, sea glass, and has very good energy. So again, the first card that I'll be getting you guys, for those of you who were guided to pick pile number 1, this is the, doesn't want to shuffle. This is the Kyle Gray Guardians and Ancestors deck, guys. The only thing that I did prior to this is went ahead and shuffled quite extensively, and then I was guided to pull the deck apart in 3 sections, and so I'm shuffling what was in each section, but it is separated. Okay, guys. All right. Those of you who picked group number 1, this is a beautiful card talking about transformation, similar to the card in traditional tarot of death, Scorpio, Onic energy. The Shapeshifter card allows us to embrace any changes or transformations of an immense proportion that you need to undergo, that will allow you to take the next path and unveil your gifts. This is, a card indicative of getting into spirit animal energy, able to kind of transform and shift your spirit, your demeanor, your mannerisms, your behavior, based on the ancient wisdom, the ancestors of Native American tribes that believed everything, the essence of life and everything you do and attitudes, etc., could be, talked about in an analogy, a metaphoric way with animals, the animal kingdom, the beautiful creatures that we share our planet with. So this is talking about if you need to transform from wolf spirit to eagle spirit and then to dolphin spirit, embodying the temperament, the qualities, the, techniques, the, attitudes in which these animals clearly have, personality and certain instinctive characteristics that are shared within their species. So if you need to do anything that will allow you to walk further down your path and, unveil even more of your priceless gifts for us all to benefit from, the transformation will be worth it. Even, if I feel those of you out there, some of you who picked group number 1, I really feel like the transformation is a huge undertaking and has been coming for some time, and it's just something that isn't pleasant, isn't pretty. However, it is on the other side of the bridge when you get to that. And so I think that, again, embodying this shapeshifter card, if you do need to take, some habits that are not typically, in your repertoire and your personality, and shift from being, prey to a predator at this point, as far as being tough enough to withstand the challenges that will come along with this transformation. That is what the message from Spirit is with this card. Okay, still group number 1. This is your second card for the SEAGLASS pile. This is a wonderful card. An oracle in you is what I feel that you are becoming. I feel as if you've always had, the gifts to communicate through, people to spirits to energies, that kind of thing. And I feel like mediumship, or going into a field where you can help people feel assured in any way that you're able to, that their loved one is on the other side. I feel like you're, a living embodiment of proof. I feel like you can do things like Teresa Caputo or Tyler Henry and give people concrete evidence that there's no way, anyone can make up or mind read. It is something that you possess that provides immense comfort. It does say wait for important information. So you may be right now wanting to transform, wanting to shapeshift into something. I think you're going to get a sign, a huge nudge from the divine, from Spirit, and this is going to be incredibly important information that will help you, I feel, allow you to be sustained, fulfilled, and have what you need around you while you transform and make this enormous change and this enormous shift. This may be in your relationship, or it may just be in general, the way that, you are studying, or your career path that you have been following something. As far as your moving arrangements, perhaps you are thinking about moving back with your parents, and it's been, years since you have, and there's been a situation that has completely transformed your opinion or thoughts on the matter of sharing the residence with your parents. Perhaps you are looking to do the opposite, looking to transform out of your comfort zone, leave the gate for the pastures and, go out into the great wild unknown and unveil your spiritual gifts further. The Oracle card lets us know you will receive this important information from the divine, from some sort of intermediary. Perhaps it is you that is connecting, again, as a medium. You're talking to your, ancestors, your angels. You're talking to those who have crossed over, and you will get a download. You will get information that is imperative and important to help you along with giving you, again, that extra push and encouragement, letting you know, hey, everything is set up from spirit. Everything is aligned, even you listening to this reading and then something dawning on you that is going to happen, and you'll have an aha moment, and it's even more validation that the universe, all that is good, light workers, whatever you consider yourself to be, we're all behind you and pushing for a positive sign for you to transform into what you need to be, to unveil your true potential. So this card is beautiful. Another Native American themed card talking about peacekeeping and being, prideless, selfless, not having so much pride that you don't want to add it to a conversation unless you are the one that is agreed upon with. So it says, let go of the need to be right. So perhaps you are really being stubborn right now, and right? You know that it's wrong to stay in a current situation and not move past any boundaries that are restricting you, from, of course, giving your full and total attention to your life path, to the modality of your choice within, the spiritual realm or otherwise. This talks about you don't need to fix things anymore. You don't need to be the one to look like to other people or yourself, even if you harbor any resentment, or the other party. You don't need to worry about looking wrong or that you made a bad decision. It's okay. This is talking about, letting our pride go and letting our ego mindset release the need to have acknowledgement and recognition and applause and, just everything that goes into that feeling, that little high maybe that you get if you have views or likes on your social media page. It's talking about letting go of the need to have affirmation from anyone else but yourself, and keep the peace within yourself. Keep yourself aligned to center and let go of any, need that you thought or driving instinct that is leading you to, stay in a position stagnant. It's okay, to be wrong sometimes. Maybe you tried to make a relationship work and it's just not going to, and you don't want to leave because, you had a big wedding, or, it's just been a little while. Maybe you're just together with somebody, a partner, and not even married, but it's that you really told everyone, no, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing in this situation. I am good. I am aligned, but truly you realize at this moment that you need to shapeshift and transform to unveil your true potential and for the betterment of your soul. And I think that a big divine message is going to come through to you, and it's saying to hold off of making any rash decisions, but I think you're going to really know. It's going to kick you in the gut, give you a big hunch when you have information that will help you in some way along this path. Maybe it's a sign, again, just encouraging you. Maybe it's a sign letting you know something is available for you to transform into, whatever role, or out of a relationship into, being solo, living on your own. Maybe an apartment comes up for rent, something like that. But just let go of any kind of hang-ups that are telling you that you need to stay in the same stagnant position, that you do not need transformation. That is just false. So, let go of the need to have followed through with what you started if it is something that you want to transform into something else, is what I'm getting. Okay, and the fourth card, guys, if you picked pile number 1, the SEAGLASS, this is the arrow card. It's talking about how important it is to surround yourself with people who root you on, surround yourself with people who really want the best for you at all times, even when you're at your lowest. And, you have to really surround yourself also with people who are going to protect your integrity and protect, the committed relationship that you have. Be faithful, and also, surround yourself with protective energy charms, perhaps crystals. This is the SEAGLASS, which is beautiful energy, as I said in the beginning. Surround yourself with anything that is literally able to heal, to ward off negative vibrations. A dream catcher, right, is the type of scenario, is the angle that I'm getting at. It's important, I feel, for you though, to transform into finding a new group of people who you resonate with. If you feel like something is stifling you, even if it's not a bad thing, but you just feel like you need to move on and transform further and unveil more of your talents, you can shapeshift, and with no apologies, as long as you do it with compassionate kindness. And I really feel like while you are going through such a huge transformation that was, brought upon by no choice of your own, I feel like you really wanted to be right in this situation. You wanted to have things perhaps with the person work out. So it's very important to surround yourself with supportive, ears, or supportive vibes. Someone perhaps, that or even online, or in a random counseling session or random chat room. You can always find some resonation, some validation. People are on this earth, and although we go through many different, diverse, vastly different things, we can all relate on so many topics, and you never know what another person can be empathic about. Even if they have not gone through it themselves, perhaps they have a scenario that reminds them of the pain or the, challenges you're facing, in order to get over the obstacles and transform, guys. Beautiful. And so the mystery deck under pile number 1, again with the SEAGLASS, the mystery deck is a really cute one. I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 out. It's adorable. It's a dog at the bottom. Let's show you the bottom. Anger. Interesting. Feel the heat, then turn it down. So something really, really, resonating with me and important for my journey right now. I was just talking to a fellow reader. We gave an energy exchange type of reading today, and, it's been brought up so many times, but it's so important to do this, to, feel. It's so detrimental when we go numb or try to suppress or deny our feelings, especially emotions so powerful as anger and sadness, right? The two big ones. So it says, anger, feel the heat, then turn it down. So emphasis on making friends with the fact it's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel heated. It's okay to be angry at, this scenario, whatever didn't work out, or whatever you feel that, that something wasn't right about, or you wanted to be the one to work it out. You wanted to be right about this endeavor. Trying to shuffle on the camera without knocking without knocking the cards down, and there they go. So we have this left. I guess we'll give it a little mix, and we'll get 3 cards, guys. Okay, aren't these cute? So the first one, for those of you who picked pile number 1, the SEAGLASS, this card is all about having patience, sort of like the wait for important information. I think that Spirit is telling you to hold tight, be patient. Things are, coming to fruition. And if you make the transformation and shapeshift either your attitude or, you know, shift into gear, into, you know, action, less talk, more action. It's going to happen any day now. So if you are waiting for something beyond your control, this is just a card letting you know, look, this loyal beauty has it, the stake right in front of his face, and he is being diligently patient, knowing that it is okay. You know, things will be consumed, right? Things will take place. Important information will come through. And any day now, you'll be able to see exactly what you are kind of going to have an epiphany, I feel a really big aha moment about going ahead and making the move. Empathy, I see and hear you. So Spirit is really feeling your pain or feeling the immense suffering or, you know, disappointment or just all around confusion that you may be feeling as far as, should I stay or should I go? I just heard that song, should I stay or should I go? You know, about how massive this undertaking is. So I get that it may be a big, huge life change, a divorce, or something really, really powerful. Something like getting together with somebody new right after a long relationship, and maybe you thought, okay, I'm going to put all my eggs in the basket again because they promised you that things would be right and that you were protected, right? But you got a message from Spirit saying things were not okay. So I think you're really going to just have to keep this in your back pocket. I wish I could give this to you through the screen. Just have empathy for yourself. Have empathy for your own self to grieve. Don't beat yourself up for not being maybe right. You know, be the peacekeeper. It's okay. Let go of anything that you needed to be corrective if you thought that it was going to be a happy ending and it's not. You know, Spirit and those around you who care and me, we see and hear you and know it's not easy. It's not easy for anyone, especially when you undergo huge, massive, you know, transformative events in your life, like the tower type of moment, guys. It's cute because the dogs kind of look like each other. Clarity is right under your nose. So clarity is right under your nose, and I think if you wait patiently with faith, I feel that you definitely are going to, you know, again, come to the conclusion in a very remarkably, powerfully, intuitively guided way. You're going to feel it deep in your gut and say, aha, there is my clarity. There is clarification on exactly the next move I should take. I know in my heart, you're going to say, I know in my heart, I'm clear. I'm clear. I know in my heart that with protection of all modalities, you know, earth, air, fire, water, protection of things that we can see, physically touch and smell, and also protection of the things that are right in front of our eyes, but our third eye is the only one that can see. I feel like you're going to have clarity to the degree that it will overwhelm you and really break you down in a good way, I feel, emotionally. So that is the reading for group number 1. And group number 2. If you picked group number 2, this is a purple seashell. And again, here is your stack from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle card set by Kyle Gray. It's beautiful. Okay, guys. Okay. 1, 2, these two are sticking together. I feel like those of you who picked pile number 2, the purple seashell, are really wanting to know about love and wanting to know if all of your sacrifices or all of your time has been worth the effort. Okay, so let's just read water guardian rather, winter. Maybe you're a water sign or born in the winter, like Capricorn, Aquarius, or, Sagittarius. Perhaps you are resonating with a deep emotional connection with somebody. This is all about connecting with your emotions. So perhaps if you've been distant, if you've been numb, if you have been just going through the motions, going through all this crazy COVID lockdown and not really taking the time to grieve over, strangers, but there are soul family members out there that are really traumatized because they've lost someone significant, their loved one, to a pandemic that came out of the blue and robbed them. So perhaps maybe you are disconnected with your emotions, right now to distract yourself. Maybe you perhaps put something on the back burner because of everything that's going on, is what I feel. For those of you who picked number 2, I feel like it's now time, or maybe you just disconnected from wanting to have any kind of companionship like that if you're single, or disconnected from wanting to restore that chemistry and that bond with the person you're with now. This card from Spirit is really guiding you and recommending, sending a message to you to connect back. And again, a big theme. I spoke for, pile number 1 on this for a moment. It's a big theme for me lately, talking about making friends with how we feel, no matter how that is. So if we're frantic, making friends with it so that we can acknowledge it, experience it, and then let it pass. If we don't acknowledge it, we can't experience. If we just skip right to letting it pass, what happens is it is suppressed and becomes suppressed emotions that are very damaging, cause all kind of mental and physical health problems, block your energy flow, your chakras. All of that is something that I firmly believe. And I feel that now is a perfect time. And it really, sometimes it sucks. I had to do this even recently when I thought that I had nothing left to try to connect with, to feel. I'm a Pisces sun, so I thought, there's, I've already been so authentic with my raw emotions. But, sure enough, there were things that I discovered, if I really, really dug deep, which I did, and self-reflected, that I was suppressing or perhaps denying or shoving down or pushing aside and saying, I won't think about that now. I'll think about that tomorrow. But connect with your emotions, especially showing, I feel, your emotions once you connect to another person. If it is about a relationship, this may be the energy of the other person, the fire guardian. So maybe water sign, either you or the other party, and a fire sign, you or the other party. When these two popped out, it really sang out to me as a couple. So more than likely, you are dealing with Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries if you picked pile number 2. And if you are not dealing with anybody or having any committed relationship or anything, emotional that you need to look into, maybe even if it's going way back in the past, read an old journal, maybe something you never, thought affected you, you'll read again or revisit that memory and find out that you do need some processing and purging, right? This Fire Guardian card, though, is all about igniting anything that you are passionate about. It's talking about igniting or beginning, of a flame, of a chemistry. So I just saw like a chemistry set, and also twin flame energy is what I'm getting. If, you are just coming to the reading to find out about your curiosity, or just confirm or validate that in fact you are thinking about a person that definitely made a mark on you so much to the point where you found yourself interested at some point in learning about what exactly a twin flame was, and could this be what you experienced, because it was so profound. So this card could clearly just be an indicator about, you know, this person, whomever you're thinking about right now, did reignite, I feel, or ignite the passion within you. You felt a connection with your emotions, perhaps emotion that you didn't even realize you could be capable of feeling anymore. Perhaps you were in a relationship that you thought was fine and dandy. However, meeting someone else that ignited this brand new energy, this passion that ignited this so strongly within you, perhaps that, you know, right now you're really baffled about what to do with the fact that you found something within yourself hidden deep. And even if it's not the same person, right, that is going to make you realize this in a very concrete way by, you know, indulging and being reciprocal of it, just know that it is for a reason. So I always speak on my philosophy on twin flames, and I feel that it's for whomever picked pile number 2. And it is my opinion, just my opinion. Everybody has their own interpretation, but I do have a feeling and a strong, intuitively guided opinion and messages from spirit letting me know that the twin flame concept, meeting someone or some people, even multiple partners that really make a profound, and I mean a really profound, you know, handprint tattoo on your third eye. This sometimes is, in my opinion, orchestrated to do just this: ignite your passion, ignite your, you know, motivated, creative genius into the field that you chose to go into as, you know, a person coming down to this physical existence. I really feel that sometimes the fire sign, I mean the twin flame, see, maybe a fire sign you're dealing with, the twin flame concept is misunderstood. I feel some take it like the twin flame is your ultimate destiny, your ultimate, you know, if you are able to make changes and cut cords and do everything to sacrifice other aspects of your life to be with this twin flame, then it's happily ever after and everything will be fine, and that was your purpose here. No, my opinion is your purpose here is to help the collective, help the earth, help the universe in your own way with your unique attitude, abilities, and spectrum of vibrations that you bring. Everyone has a purpose, right? There's a season for everything, and I feel that